Welcome in, kia ora, to another episode of the Pod Fathers. We got a good old panel on here today. We've got Nick, Tom, Bryan coming back. Appreciate you boys popping on. Bryan, I'll start with you. How have you been?
Fantastic. Since last we spoke, got back-to-back promotions with Wrexham. Series just finished up too, which was, I don't know if you guys have watched it, but our season finale is so good, especially if you've played sports or you have kids in them. It's a real tearjerker.
Yep.
And Sonny's gonna come out in a week here, season 17. So yeah, staying busy, but life's great. Thank you.
Nice, man. Yeah, no, appreciate you popping back on. I did watch that. I thought it was very well done. Not even just being biased and just because you're on it. It's a super good program. Just kind of Nick, we were talking before about like Ted Lasso, how that like connected a lot of people that hadn't watched soccer. You don't need to be into soccer to watch Wrexham.
No.
Like it's just yeah, it's very well done. And that's kind of it's been the theme a little bit with Amazon and a few other ones, how they're going behind the scenes. Like I know Michigan football did it, like the All Blacks did it on like Prime Video. Just to have that behind the scenes, you connect with the players. I don't know. It just makes good viewing for all, not just those that are dialed in to the sport, like Nick, who loves soccer. How you been the last couple weeks, Nick?
Jeez, that is libel and slander right there. I've been all right. You know, I've been good. I just turned 30 last week. That was weird.
Wow,
Happy birthday.
No.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
I understand why you didn't want to make it too public, make it think
right.
30's
Exactly.
30's.
Yeah, you get it. So that was a little strange, kind of a little bit of identity crisis, but you know, just staying busy with work. I'm a 9 to 5 guy now. I wear a tie every day, which is also wild. But you know, it's been good, man. Trying to keep up with our pods. It's been a little difficult to watch lately, but you know, our head's still above water, so that's cool. But how are you, Ryan?
Good, man. It sounds like a bit of a midlife crisis, just based off the tone. I think you should be
Yeah,
excited.
Quarter life crisis.
Reagan quarter life, yeah,
I'll take
buck
that.
20, baby.
I'll take
Modern medicine,
that's a,
we'll get there.
that's a sweet little projection there. I'll take that.
I like it. You're halfway there to being able to doing your catch-up provisions for your IRA, 401k, SEP, whatever. So I like it.
Hey,
He's like,
listen, I already got a money guy, so just you know, don't get too big for your britches. You're my podcast guy, all right?
he's like, yeah, ever heard of Berkshire
I don't
Hathaway?
even actually know if that's what you
Who's
do.
that owner? That's my dude.
You guys use the Robinhood app?
Yeah. Rocket Money, pay as you go.
Yeah, I love that movie.
So, dude, we're going way off. Tom, I'll bring you in here in one sec. There's my family tree. I don't know who the hell created it, and it's probably wrong, but I supposedly, from whoever is this genealogist in my family, I'm supposedly related to Robin Hood. He's my seventh great uncle. I'm not even kidding. And like, that's what that said. I have
Wait,
no idea.
I'm not even sure I knew he was a real.
No, he's a legit, a real
figure.
person. I'm not kidding. It's based off a real person. I'm not even joking. It's hilarious.
I was like, wait, I thought he was fictional.
Dude, it was based off of
I thought he was like a little fox.
Yeah. First of all, that's the best version. Second of all, I end up getting defensive about it, even though it's probably not true. But
I run with it. Like print the legend. Yeah,
dude,
that's absolutely.
My seventh grade uncle. Everyone gave me shit about it when I was in like first grade, and I got so mad, and there's no way to back it up. I mean, Ancestry's going under, right? For those listening, get out of your Ancestry.com. They're going to sell all your info. 23andMe, sorry. Ancestry's doing great. 23andMe is getting sold off. Just so they're gonna pawn off there. Yeah, they claim chapter 7, I think. So get out, or else they're selling your info, even though probably everyone has it anyways.
You can be my money guy now.
I'll be your genealogist and your money guy.
That's pretty cool. I feel like you should do more with that. You should like make that a strong part of your identity. You know, get the little green cap with the feather.
It's going.
You know,
next time I'm on, I'm just gonna buy into it. New logo is gonna have a
green all the way.
We got to have a bow and arrow above the sign. Just get a bow and put it up there. Like, just for when I'm, out sporting.
Twitter bios. Robin Hood's my seventh great uncle. Good icebreaker. Tom, you related to Robin Hood or any of the
He's
Knights of the
got to
Round
be
Table over
closer
there?
than you. I mean,
Yeah,
come
he has to
on.
be. He's
He's at
like,
least on the same island.
yeah.
I don't know how the fuck to follow up with that, but that's crazy. If
Uh,
it's true, probably isn't, but you know.
He's like, my
But
grandpa owns a castle. So
Tom's related to a real whale.
yeah, facts.
Does that
I
make
didn't know
sense?
whales were that white. I'm
The
related
name
to a
came from
dragon.
somewhere, man.
yeah, a dragon. Way cooler.
Yeah, hopefully a dragon. That'd be cool. That's best flag in the world. I'm claiming that forever.
I would
But yeah,
second that.
how to follow up from that, I don't know how, but yeah, I've been doing all right. I can also vouch for Bryan. That last season of Welcome to Wrexham was unreal.
Mhm.
You're even if you're lucky enough to keep like looking out, you'll see Bryan in there as well. So yeah, I can say that. But yeah, been doing good. Sadly, watching the Padres at the moment, and that's that's pretty much it. But
Did
yeah.
you buy a new bat yet?
Daniel, no, I didn't. I'm still on my old trusty. It hasn't broken yet, but it's definitely on the way. So I'm looking for a new one. Definitely. I think I'm gonna get it when I'm out in San Diego. I think that's my best option.
Ooh, yeah, that's good. That's a good option actually. That's a good idea.
What
We could
length do you swing, Tom?
32.
38.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 38 drop one. That's what I was saying. I'm a 32. I actually don't know what drop that one is, but 32. That's it. So hit
We
me
can
with some
go
recommendations.
when you come out here. We can go look at some stuff.
Yeah, bro. I
I'm a
need it all.
I'm a Marucci
I
guy myself. I swing the Utley model. As
Oh,
Bryan knows, I'm
damn.
a big Chase Utley guy. Apparently that bat was made like to feel it was supposed to be like the easiest transition from metal to wood, which I don't even know the details on that, but I used it once in a summer ball, collegiate summer ball, and I hit so well with it. I was like, I'm just never gonna change. And I'm one of those guys. I find something that works, and I never want to switch. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm right there with you. Superstitious, kind of, and then it's just a comfort thing. Like if you're comfortable with it, you rock and roll. You know what I'm not very comfortable with right now? Padres being 46 and 40. Good for
great
second in NL
transition,
West.
Brian. So
Thank
good.
you,
I
sir.
love it.
Are you comfortable with 46 and 40, Bryan? Doesn't
Robin
feel-
Hood esque.
Not how
Didn't
we
even make
started.
sense, but
Yeah, not how we started.
No, not at all. So, I mean, 8.5 games back, the Dodgers tied for third in the wild card. We're a playoff team right now. So, halfway through, we're on track. Thank goodness the NL is stumbling a little bit. A little bit of a concerning stat here 17 and 32 versus teams over 500. That is dynamic, so it's going to change depending on teams going on hot streaks. I'm sure there's a bunch in there that are a game or two under 500, and then, there'll be game or two over 500 in a week or so. So not necessarily need to look into that too much, but that's still a pretty good discrepancy. So Nick, do you have any thoughts on how we're playing the big dogs so far?
yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's something new every time with this team. Like you think about last year, I think at the halfway point weren't we only one game over 500?
Yeah.
So it's like it's an improvement, but it doesn't feel like one. Like I don't know how to articulate it exactly, but there's just something, we have a lot of issues that I think if you asked any fan base, they would say, "Oh, our team has so many issues." Like even a Dodger
Yeah.
fan would be like, "Look at our injuries, look at this, look at that."
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to teams playing teams that are above 500, I think there could be a part of me that thinks that could be like a little misleading. Like you were saying, it's a fluctuating stat. I'd be willing to bet that like a lot of those games are close. I think it's more points to a matter of like we need to clean up little details. Like we've blown games late, which is not what winning teams do. We've kind of beaten ourselves. I think it's more of a reflection of that, more like we allow ourselves to falter, and it's our own fault. Because if you're 6 games over 500, six or is it six, right?
6, 46 and 40. Yep.
You're 6 games over 500. Like you're not getting like smoked, right? Like you're winning games.
Yeah.
They just gotta hang. And I say this every year. You just gotta hang out. You gotta hang out, and then you get your ticket to the dance, and anything could happen. But that is a pretty bad look. It's a bad stat because you're like, dude, you got to start beating some good teams if you want to be a good team yourself. But I think it points more inward. Like we got to fix some things in house, and we'll start
Yeah.
cleaning it up a little bit. But yeah, again, it's funny because last year, I mean, I feel like I was excited about Schilt, was excited about the roster. I was excited about the pitching staff, and we were one game over 500 halfway. And look what happened down the stretch. So hopefully we can clean up some things. We can make some additions, which I'm sure we'll talk about. And ride a wave into the postseason.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that X factor that hasn't happened yet compared to last year's trade deadline, right? So I'll probably ask you this again in a month's time, and we'll see if we feel bringing in T Daddy here. Apparently, he just wanted to update his name for this episode. Just threw me completely off my train of thought. He's not on camera either because it's my work Zoom. So I have anyone not on camera, i.e., my AI that takes notes to not pop up. So T Daddy, welcome. And thank you for throwing me off of my train of thought. X Factor trade deadline, though, in a month's time, if I ask that same question, we're gonna have a different answer, right? Or a different outlook. I mean, that clearly was not the only reason why we really accelerated into the second half and into the playoffs last year, but it obviously was, a defining factor with bringing in Tanner Scott, bringing in Hoeing, bringing in a couple other guys that are, not coming to mind right now. But so kind of the two things with that, is that sustainable? Can we be buyers at the deadline every single year? I think, again, like we'll give it a few weeks to see. And then number two, which I don't know, kind of getting your thoughts on that, Bryan, here in a sec as well. But is AJ going on the offensive because he always gone on the offensive, or does he legitimately think that 2027, when the CBA is done, like, is it just time to go for it for the next 2 years if we lose a year with some of these guys? I don't know. Yeah, what are your thoughts on kind of what we should do here?
I mean, I think he'll be a buyer, quote unquote, regardless. Like he'll
Yeah.
make adjustments, whether they're humongous splashes or just small improvements. Like I find it very difficult to believe that he would just like stand pat and sit with us. And even if he's given, monetary restriction, like he can navigate that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not gonna have the same conversation in a month. I do think that there's still like they still see this as like uh an even better window within the larger one. And like some thought creeped in my head that like they really might be thinking like next year is
Mm,
more of the full shove year when hopefully like Joe is back to full health and maybe Yu's not thrown so much over the past 2 seasons. That's better. Hosmer coming off the books. Like there's all these things that might make, yeah, we can still compete this year, but really we have an eye
hmm.
on 26. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I think that's a great point too. Just because, like, when we got some, we have a lot of money coming off the books too. Whether it's just like the dead money in Hosmer, but Arise, Cease, King is like, he has the option for next year, but that's probably, they're either going to need to work out a long-term contract extension or he's going to go to free agency. So there's going to be a lot of flexibility. I feel like that extra year of the farm development too. Like we have
Yeah.
Salas and DeVries at the top. And then like we brought up a couple guys this year, like Bergert and Nunez, who just made his MLB debut. But I really feel like if you let that farm grow and progress for another year, like you're gonna see it like it was last year, to where like guys are in single A, double A, even triple A, and you're gonna have more enticing prospects at the deadline as well, and then those that can contribute at the major league level for us. So that's a super good point. I feel like they definitely see like there's potential this year, but if you're gonna go for it in 26, and then hopefully 27 they can get everything figured out. But I don't know. I have a weird feeling that there's gonna be some sort of lockout in 27 with all the differences and changes that have happened here over the last couple of years. But good points there, Bryan. Tom,
They
any?
should.
Oh, sorry. Go, Nick.
I was just gonna say they should change the team name to the San Diego Next Years because I feel like every year, next year, just watch out. Am I wrong?
That's
I
not
mean,
so true. Like
The next years.
it's
we
it's
shoved
just-
in 22 pretty hard as we're now like, you know, seeing the negative side of so you know, it's
I
2019 is
just
gonna
feel
be
like
the
there's
year,
so
bro.
much. It's just there's so much like okay, but next year, think about it. Think about it.
That's how it's
It's
always
like
been.
I don't like you're. I don't think you're wrong at all.
it's
Like
so
I think
crazy.
you're right.
I'm even saying like sell, like let's
Yeah,
like
no,
forget about this year. This year that there is still a playoff team here. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
You
It's
know.
just fun. It's because I agree, and I think the points are all super valid. Like they make a lot of sense, and you know, especially when you look at like the injury side, and to Ryan's point, you see the guys that are developing, like whether they're going to be major league guys or
Mhm.
trade chips. Like it makes a lot of sense. It's just funny how many times, like it's almost like I want to like reverse engineer it to like, how do we end up saying next year every year? Like what is the tool within the organization that like tweaks something to where you're like, no, but think about it, right? Like think about it. And you're like, yeah, no, you're right. You know, it's funny. Like I don't know. Like maybe it's because AJ's really good at revamping the farm, and he like brings in these guys on like you know short deals, so picks them up here and there. So then it's
Yeah.
like there is always something to look forward to.
Yeah.
But it's I just feel like this organization ever since I can remember has always been like a but just wait till next year. Like it's
Yeah,
just
it's the
been like
Apple
that for a
model,
long
you
time.
know.
Yeah. Oh my dude, you thought this was good? Just wait till we put the headphone jack back on the top.
I think it's also just a lifetime of cope. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
you can't stay optimistic. Like you're not going to survive as a Padre.
Lifetime of cope.
Never.
That's the name of this
Sorry,
episode.
Tom.
I'm writing it down.
A
Lifetime
lifetime
of
of cope.
going down.
I have
Tom,
a cope addiction.
I have a cope. I mean, we do. Like, as if you're from San Diego, you're a San Diego sports fan. We absolutely do. That's why this SDFC thing is like, this isn't real. Like, they're gonna get bounced in the first round or something.
Yeah.
Tom, what are your,
You know,
what are your
that's
thoughts?
why I'm not into soccer because I don't need double heartbreak. Sorry, Tom, go. I
Go,
keep
Tom.
interrupting Tom.
Poor Tom. Tom, what are your thoughts here?
No, we've been playing pretty shitty baseball at the moment. So, I mean, there's an argument for selling. There's an argument against selling. I'm currently on the why don't we just fucking buy for yeah, the end goal is a World Series. Okay, we haven't won one. There's teams where they're like, okay, we've won a couple. You know, if we win, we win. We lose, we lose. We're looking for a World Series. This is our time right now, and this is why I'm on the buying train. There's no point in fucking selling at this point because you know, buying's so much better. We're on about like getting rid of Cease and getting rid of whoever the fuck we want to get rid of, or whoever the fuck this fan base wants to get rid of. But I'm on this buying train now. We're saying we don't have a left fielder, we don't have a center fielder. It's so easy to buy one of these guys. You know, there's gotta be. All right, Trev. Sorry. Um, but yeah, we got we gotta buy one of these two positions. You know, both if needed. And they are the gap in this team. Like both catchers have been doing absolutely shit this season. They've been completely useless defensively, offensively. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely on the buy-in train now. There's guys out there that we can seriously go for. Get a left fielder. And there's obviously this worry about Tatis. I'm seeing shit about people trading Tatis, which is terrible. I am so far against it. Like, why would you trade this guy? Okay, we've signed him to a massive contract a couple of years ago. He's a Padre for life. Why would you trade him? Because he's having a bad what? Two,
Tom,
three,
Tom,
4 months.
Tom.
I
will
told you,
always-
I told you on the group chat I was gonna go batshit mental on this podcast.
More, Tom. Go off.
Why would we trade Fernando Tatis Jr.? He's having a bad what 4 or 5 months. We don't know what's happening with him at the moment, but
3 months.
him and Jackson, yeah, him and Jackson Merrill. I mean, Jackson Merrill, he's close to batting 300 at the moment. I do have the exact stats. He's batting 290 still, so he's still unreal.
Pretty good slump.
Yeah,
Get the
we're still in a
grass, Tom.
playoff spot. 46 and 40. Okay, we'd be
Fire me up.
we'd be absolutely buzzing with this like 6, 7 years ago. Like we're
Yeah.
still in a playoff spot, only just, but we are still in a playoff spot. We're over 500 by 6 games. Why are we talking about selling? It's completely stupid. It's a complete overreaction by this fan base, by this fan club, by this ball club. We need to sell at the moment. That's
Buy.
basically my point with a bunch of shouting and that.
Need to buy at the moment.
I
Nick,
love
what do you
that.
always say about getting into the dance?
You just got to get a ticket to the dance. All you got to do is get a ticket to the dance. You might get the prom queen. Okay? But if you don't, like then you
A hell
won't.
of a ride.
And that's what I said in the beginning. Like our heads above water.
Yeah.
We're okay. Like we're
Man,
pretty good. It's almost like we've been spoiled by being teased. Like we've been bad for so long that now like we get a taste of like, hey, competitiveness. Now we're like, it's not good enough.
Yep.
It's never gonna. And yet, like Tom's right. We're trying to win a World Series, but I have a question for you guys. I'm gonna give you my theory. You tell me what you think. I think AJ's job security a little bit in question if we don't make the postseason this year. With that in mind, I look. I'm just gonna say it. Peter's gone. I think
Yeah.
he's a little bit of a wild horse. I think after after the collapse and whatever happened in what was it 21 and 23, if this season goes poorly, I think there might be an adjustment that needs to be made. And with that in mind, I don't see him. Why would he sell? Like why? Like I don't see him selling anybody. Being like, look, if my job's on the line here, I'm throwing the whole kitchen sink at it. He could go get another job.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna get a sweet job. If he's not with the Padres at the end of his tenure, he's gonna have a sweet job somewhere. Ops or director of scouting, whatever. And I also want to bring up one more thing that I want you guys to all respond to. I said this so long ago. I don't even know how many episodes ago, but there have been whispers. There have been whispers in the Twitter sphere about Ronald Acuna.
That was the last time Bryan was on this. Yep.
Hey, Trev, our resident receipt puller, I'm sure you could find those because I said that to you beep beeps, but somebody was I don't know, I think it was Ryan was like, I don't know about that. I don't know.
No, I was super
acquiring
like, there's
him
no
right
way.
now?
What?
Are there rumors that we're looking at him right now?
There's rumors that the Braves might trade him.
Really?
Their season, dude, they lost like their two pitchers.
No, I know. I
They're-
said that yesterday.
They're garbage. There's
Yeah.
clearly problems with that clubhouse.
They're going to be selling, yeah.
Yeah,
But I didn't know
Snitker
there
is
was legitimate rumors going around about Acuna.
Just talking about it on MLB Network, pretty much.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, that's good enough for me. If they're talking about it on TV, that's like
Yeah.
beyond the Twinisphere, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If I'm AJ, find a way. Febreze and salad, take a hike. Hope you learn to speak Atlanta.
keep DeVries.
No. For Acuna, save it.
Everyone else, everyone else. Mayfield, Bateman, Salas,
Sure.
Hightower, bye. Keep DeVries.
Fine.
Yeah.
Keep DeVries, trade them all. Trade the whole team. Like, you know what? You guys get a quad A team, and we'll just play without a double A team. For Ronald Acuna,
If AJ could swing that without DeVries, that's like, I mean, that's
All time?
He's in a job for life.
He already got Tatis for a song. Like, I mean, that just puts him in a crazy echelon.
yeah.
Crazy. And that, by the way, that would probably just be 6 games in itself. Like the combined like OPS of all of our left fielders is like barely over 500. Like I mean, you swap that for Acuna, it's like that's 6 wins, like just in itself.
Yeah.
And then maybe you find yourself an actual catcher, and then maybe another just like throw in like 4th, 5th starter guy. Like that's really all it is. But like Acuna on his own, that would be enough.
World Series.
And think about how that would energize this team. Like that would just be the kick in the ass that like maybe we need. Like I feel like we need something. We need a little excitement. Like we're getting a little
Juice.
stale. Like Tatis not
agree.
being
We need a
Tatis
move.
kind of makes
Mhm.
makes things a little stale because it's like he's the most electric player. But when
On
he's
either end.
not- yeah, but when he's not electric, everyone's kind of sitting around like, well, are we just gonna wait for him to get hot? It's like no, like let's do the damn thing. Like he'll be there at the end. Let's go.
Poor kid's
I feel
worried
like-
about his money. Oh, something distracted.
That's the generational wealth's taking a
Yeah.
beating right now. Um,
He
I
got the East. That's such a bad deal.
oh yeah, it's a
God, those guys.
hugely poor deal. Yeah,
He's
but
got some other monthly payments that I think he's a little worried about too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, wait,
a
I make how
lawsuit
much and I
going.
see how much of it?
Yeah.
That is math is not math.
Who
I'm not
told
even
me
a
to
millionaire
sign for San
anymore.
Diego?
Who
Why
told
did
you
I
to
not
sign
go
with
play for the
whatever
Marlins?
that agency is? Like,
Yeah,
God.
dude. Yeah, and the crazy thing about that too, like with his dad being the, the influence and just like his own advisor, pretty much of like been there, done that. Like such a bad, I don't know. Yeah, such a bad thing for him. And then he's never gonna win that lawsuit either. Like I forget who was saying someone tried to sue them as well in the past and they failed. I forget the name of the player too. But Nick, you had a lot of points there. You said AJ might lose his job. We should
I mean,
buy. What was the other
that's
one?
speculation. I just think that
No, no,
I
no.
think
No,
questions will be
legitimately.
raised. Yeah.
I no, I think that's. I'm not like saying that like that was stupid. I'm like
No.
legitimately
Yeah, I
like,
know.
yeah. And then what was the other one that we should probably buy? Well, he's probably gonna buy, which totally makes sense because like,
Mhm.
why would he
He
sell if
has to
then
buy.
he has to buy?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then yeah, Trevor, you on board with that? I mean, he's always bought, like Bryan
Yeah,
said.
I mean, he's always gonna buy. He hasn't done a trade in like a year. He's probably itching to make one, freaking out, scratching his neck. Just so horny right now for a trade. If I know AJ, he's losing it. I think we're gonna make some moves here, bro. It is King's last year of his deal. Same thing with C's. Big game Bob, Robert Suarez can opt out as well. So we're losing 3 legitimate pieces there. Tatis's money goes up from 20 million this year. I think maybe it's 20 million again next year, but then it goes to 25 and then 36. So time's taken on that. Like he's going to be making a lot of money here. And then I think Manny's deal is kind of built the same way where it goes up over time.
Low back end, yeah.
And I think his and Tatis's go up way up in like 2028. So I think that's like maybe the end of the window right there. So you need to win here a World Series within the next 3 seasons. So yeah, I think they're going to make a move here. They need to add a left fielder, Randy Rosarena. Who knows? Maybe bring Higgy back at catcher. Obviously, Acuna would be awesome, but it's just in his blood, man. He's gonna make a deal. He's gonna go for it all. He's a big game player. He's gonna put all his chips in, just like he did last year, trading all those players for Tanner Scott. Something's gonna
And Jason
happen.
Adam too. Sorry, I
Jason
didn't
Adam,
mention
yeah.
him.
I mean, he added a lot of pieces, but I'm just saying, like that one trade for Tanner Scott was crazy, where he like
Yeah.
traded like 5 freaking players. So he's gonna do something like that again. I think this season he needs to do it now because the team needs an injection of
agree.
life. They're like pretty like they're pouting and not playing good baseball right now, but they kind of played the same way last season before the All-Star break. They were kind of shitty and then they got on a heater right after the break. So I'm hoping that happens again. But I think that will, give them a jolt of life and they'll get rolling. And they're only a piece or two away. Like I was looking at their lineup yesterday. They had Sheets in left and Iglesias at third base. Like the starting 9 didn't look that bad on paper. So like they're not a bad team. They just need to get hot. All their players are cold right now except Manny. And then they need to get healthy with their pitching.
Yeah.
Maybe
No.
back to the Marlins well with a little like Sanchez Alcantara combo. What would that cost?
Love it. Fuck, I don't even know, bro. Hightower, maybe Mayfield.
His
both.
Alcantara,
Yeah.
Sandy's value's been going down. Huh?
Tanked.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I'm
well,
saying. Like, and then
want it
just
right now.
give him the Rube treatment,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know
Make him
how he
right.
did in his last start or two, but he had 4 consecutive quality starts.
Yeah.
So it looked like he was kind of rounding the corner. I don't know what he did in his last one, but if it's any time to get him,
I think
like,
it's right now.
yeah. So yeah, but to confirm with what you're saying too, Trev. So with Manny, he's currently making 20.7 mil roughly. In 27, it goes up to 25.7. And then in 29, it goes up to 36.7. With Toddy in 20, he's making 17 right now. In 26, he goes up to 25. 27, he goes up to 39.
Wow.
So yeah, big jump. The Xander contract not looking so bad. It's just nice and level all the way through.
Yeah.
But that also with the payroll, that's one thing.
They're gonna have to
But
make moves, bro. That's so much money on the books in
it is.
2028.
It is. It's a lot of money in the books. With the luxury tax, though, it's all evened out, right? So it's just that's where the ownership kind of conundrum that's still kind of there, like anytime you are going down a chain or sideways, at least in terms of, generational wealth, like you're going to have less of it, like naturally, unless the guy that's, accessing the family wealth is doing his own thing. And which
Yeah, they're not going to be underwater, bro. They're going to want revenue. So
yeah.
yeah.
So no, I think, yeah. And that's another reason why AJ is probably going to push for 26, 27. That's another reason too, why I feel like we need to hang on to one or two guys that we legitimately think can play a role on the big league roster in a year or two as well, because naturally then you're going to have 4 or 5 years of control at the big league level, balance out, just like Jackson. Like the Jackson contract, Mero's contract is going to be phenomenal for us, but we already like increased the AAV for that coming up, right? Because you got to hang on to him and get it while it's cheap and whatnot. But yeah, no, all good points. Tom, any thoughts there on? Well, just kidding. You had your thoughts on buy. It's just buy.
What time is it there?
4:20. There you
Tom,
go.
how turn are you right now?
How what?
Turn.
Yeah, bro. I'm turning as fuck right now, bro.
Buzzing, my dude.
Hey, yeah, bro.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
my
happy 4th of
dog.
July. I know you guys celebrate.
Yeah.
It's already.
Oh shit, yeah, it's
Go for
4th
it.
of July. Happy 4th of July, my friends.
Let's
Hey,
all
real
just
question:
blast her next time.
do people in the UK like hang their heads like around 4th of July, like walk around like?
The Welsh don't. They don't
Lost
give a
the
shit. They're like,
colony.
fuck, we should have joined. Why didn't we go too?
Like if you're walking around like near Parliament on like 4th of July, are people like walking around like, dang dude, like
Took
took
the
an L. Like yeah, we took that
We
L,
lost
man.
Tatis. Damn. For free.
To be deadly honest, I forgot. I completely forgot until Bryan messaged me saying I won't be able to do the pod on America Day. So that's when
baby.
I realized. But
Fireworks
yeah,
were invented for 4th of July. Do you know that?
were they?
Really?
Shit,
No,
nah.
I don't think so. But
No, they
Okay.
facts.
Fucking
That out of my
baiting me.
Hey, I'm gonna start reeling in that leash. All right, between Robin Hood and fireworks.
I'll pass along the
Ryan-
host duties to you. I'm ill-equipped.
off the rails.
Yeah. Sorry,
Oh,
one more and
Trev,
I'm cut
you
off.
missed it. Ryan is related to Robin Hood, who allegedly is a real person.
Wow.
Not a cartoon fox.
I'm not surprised.
Why? Because I'm so pale with this overhead light right now.
You just look like you
You're
would
pale.
get the bad guys and get back to the poor.
That's it. That's what I was to say.
That's just
Yeah,
what I
baby.
think.
It's being a Padres fan, right there.
Yeah, basically.
And he
The
has
bad
been
guys.
giving financial advice to Nick periodically throughout the record here. So he's talking about what to do with other people's money,
That's true.
Little
That's true.
tier.
Yeah. Hey,
Not a
Wow.
sponsor,
not yeah.
No.
Hashtag not sponsor.
but they could be.
They could. We're not closing the door there, but
Yeah.
just not
Sign
right
their
now.
ass.
Let us know.
Sign their ass. All right, boys. Let's move along to Manny here, because I could talk about him probably for the entire episode of every pod. But starter at third, we all know that. 5 hits away from 2,000, turned into a pretty magical year. It's really reminding me of was it 2022 when he had that NL MVP type year where he finished second? I think it was 22. Trev mentioned this on the last pod that Tom and I and him did, but it was the first year that in a couple years where he came into it super healthy, didn't have to worry about anything contract wise, worrying about like opting out or whatnot. He's just really starting to put the team on his back and has just been the model of consistency. I just feel like anytime we get a good Manny in May, then that usually means he's having a good year throughout. So Tom, I'll chuck it on over to you, but yeah, what's your thoughts here on just Manny's season overall, and how excited are you for him for getting the 2K here?
I mean, where do I even begin with Manny Machado? He's obviously improved his slug now. I think I said it last pod. He's improved his slug now recently. Looking great. All-star starter, completely deserved. Looking great on the average, almost carrying this team on his back. Captain of the team. I'm absolutely buzzing for him, and I hope he can, continue this now later on in the season. And again, can hoping guys can feed onto that. Tatis Merrill not looking great now, but as long as they can look at what Machado is doing at the moment, I'm confident. And yeah, he's a leader. He's a leader in the clubhouse. He's a leader on the team. So
Yeah.
I'm 100% excited. And he's not looking. He's not going down really. People were saying like when that big contract came in, shit, like he's got the money, he's going to start going down. He has not. He really hasn't.
Yeah.
And his defense, he's still Manny Machado defense. We love that. But yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing for the bloke. Looking good.
Yeah, well deserved. I said well deserved like 18 times on Twitter this year. I was winding up Dodgers fans. So easy to do so, but just with the whole like Max Muncy, there's like a big account there that was, I don't know where they got the numbers from, but they posted something and it said like Muncy had like way better numbers than Manny, and I was like, no, they didn't. And then they deleted it, and now they're like, well, like so I mean, classic them, but just I don't know. Overall, Mud said it best. Like he's the best third baseman that you could select in the NL right now. He deserves to start. Super stoked for him. He's building that Hall of Fame resume every single year. So yeah, no, I think it's fully deserved. I'm going to the game on Saturday, so hopefully he can string together 2 or 3 hits on America's independence here, and then maybe we'll catch that in person. But yeah, Brian, you want to just chime in here on just Manny's impact this year so far?
Oh, I also appreciate that despite the performance in the field, like he's still finding time to pump fake souvenirs to Dodger fans, like all that, and still finding a little bit of piss taking too. Yeah, he's just the fucking man. And one thing I just wanted to look up is like, he's healthy because he's only been relegated to, I don't want to say relegated, but like only thrown into DH 8 times this season,
Yeah.
like more than halfway through. I think, and last year it was 51. So
Wow.
like he
Yeah.
must be feeling healthy and good. So that's super positive.
How many games played does he have this year? We played 86. Has he even
He's got
missed
70.
one?
He's got
Or missed a couple?
70. It looks like 78.
Okay, so missed a few. So getting off his feet a bit. Yeah, he's been the model of consistency for us all. He's been the one guy really that's just been consistent, really, out of pretty much anyone on the club except for Morahone, I would say. To where
Maybe
they had
Pavetta.
Pavetta, yeah, Pavetta has a couple rough starts, but Pavetta came to mind too, Nick. I think that's a good call. Few of your sense on Manny, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, just echoing everything. I more so I have a question for the group.
Love your
Wait,
question.
start real quick. He's got all 86, 78 playing defense.
Oh, that's what I thought he had appeared in like almost. So yeah, he hasn't missed a game, and
What a guy.
yeah. So again, everyone saying if Muncy extrapolated his 162 games to what Manny does, well, guess what? He hasn't, and the knee thing too. That's unfortunate. I'm not saying like, oh, he's like so injury prone. That sucked. Like that looked like it hurt so bad. But
Fuck that knee.
availability is your best ability.
Yes.
Hell yeah, T Daddy. Availability is your best ability, and Manny has proven that time and time again. Even when his elbow pretty much fell off, he basically got Tommy John, and he came back like after a month in DH.
Well, it's funny. So I got in the mud a little bit too, and people were talking about like that year where he played through an injury where he immediately got surgery on like once the season was done. It's like, yeah, that's why he slipped all the way down to what, like 812? No, I think it was like 790 something, but still,
Yeah,
like shut the fuck up.
dude. You go play with 2 good elbows and then play with 1 elbow and still do that good. But Nick, you got a question. I love your questions. You should be the host.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, well, I mean, we started talking about Muncy. Bummer that he's hurt. That's you never want to see guys hurt. But Max Muncy's an asshole. Okay, he talks out of his ass. He claims that the only rival the Giants have, or the Dodgers have, is the Giants. Come on, at this point, it's a played out narrative. Save it.
It made me feel a little less bad for him. I'll say that. Like,
yeah, he
guy that
runs his
doesn't
mouth.
like to see people get hurt either. But I was like, that feels like karma. That just feels like the energy that you wanted to receive. I'm sorry.
Also, do you guys remember? This fires me up. Do you guys remember his thing with the
the Giants? Oh, sorry.
No, the autographs at his house. Do you remember that?
Oh,
He
yes,
posted
about
on
how he's getting
Instagram.
so many like
Yeah,
stuff.
he
Yeah.
said so much fan mail. It was, first of all, number one, it was not that much. Okay, it was like kind of a thin stack of letters and like 2 boxes and like whatever. He was like on his stairs. He stacked this stuff, and he was like, "This is ridiculous. You need to respect my home and my
That's right.
privacy. I signed plenty of autographs." Blah, blah. I'm like, okay, first of all, motherfucker, you're lucky on that team that anyone's sending you shit. Okay. Number two, all you had to do was throw it in the trash, and it's done. Like, it's literally out of your mind. You throw it in the trash and be privately frustrated. But now you've kind of shoved it in the face. Think about some poor kid, some poor 9-year-old who is a Dodger fan, who for some reason
Poor guy.
loves Max Muncy, who knows why, sending that off and then seeing that on social media, being like, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. You're gonna have a lot of bleeps on this episode, Ryan. Sorry,
I've stopped bleeping. I just put the E up now.
Like, this poor kid's like, I guess I'll just go fuck myself because, I tried to get an autograph from my favorite player, Max Muncy, ? He's a dick. He's a dick. Like, he just is. Anyway, my question.
He's a pick me
Manny.
bitch.
He is. He totally is. Manny coming up on 2,000 hits. Would you guys call that a milestone game?
I love it. Who wants to chime in first?
I'm just curious if that counts as a milestone game. Because if it
It
does,
counts.
the other
Obviously.
team needs to be underhanding it to Manny, right?
You see whoever
right.
posted the
They
one
should
of the
do
guy
that.
on the Guardians that's like this is how she's like
Yeah.
2 hits away. Yeah.
That tweet, by the way, that I'm referencing has since been deleted, but my goodness, I can't even come up with like a clever term. Like, I can't even like come up with like a funny thing to say about it because it's so asinine.
Just tunnel vision.
Stealing bases and bunting in a milestone game is cheap. Oh,
What's funny
Kershaw's
is
gonna
so,
get
so,
3,000
around the
Ks?
same time, somebody used the Ben Davis bunt against Kurt Schilling's no hitter
Yep.
as like unwritten rule. It's like, dude, like only down 2 and can't get anything going. You can bring the tying run to the plate right here. Shut up. What are you saying?
Also,
Like, we're playing
yeah.
ball.
That also just shows a very lack of understanding of baseball. A steal at third base is usually an opportunity steal. It's usually a situation where you're already in scoring position and you probably saw something as a base runner, Kershaw not holding you as well, or I'm not even sure. I think the batter was right-handed, so it's a difficult throw for the catcher. It's usually a steal where you have something to where you're gonna be safe or it's gonna be close. It's not like in a game, say you're up by 7, you're up by 10 and you
Yeah.
steal
If
second.
it didn't
on a
matter that much,
gamble.
why the catcher throw it down? Just call
Yeah.
it defensive indifference and don't let your guy get blown up.
Exactly.
If it
Exactly.
didn't matter,
Like,
what? Let him have it.
Dodger fans, the audacity to even say that, and comes from the top. Look at Kershaw's quote. Didn't make sense to
I
me.
cannot. I didn't think
Kershaw.
that was real. I didn't think that was real. I thought that was a parody account or something. I was like,
I don't
what?
even know if it's real. If it was real,
Yeah,
like, dude,
that's
how
good
long
point.
you been playing this game? 3,000 strikeouts worth.
That was wild. That was
Like,
wild.
that's an incredible, stupid moment. Like, I don't even know why he's stealing third. Yeah, okay, your guy got hurt. That sucks.
Nick, who won
But
the game?
Was it
The Dodgers won. So, hey. And then,
okay, so when they're winning, you can't try, and when they're losing, you can't try. Like, I don't. Why do they make the rules,
bro? Yeah.
I don't understand why they feel like they need to make the rules.
I said this on Twitter too, which like no one cares, but you're just venting to a cloud. But the feeling you would have of being a Dodger fan, like I just want to like take a step back and be like, you know what? How good would it feel if like anything I said, I had the confidence and the self-esteem to be like, fucking Albert Einstein over here. Like anything coming out of my mouth, Newton, never heard of you. Like I am. Look at me. Anything I say is completely correct. I can't be incorrect.
It's the middle of the season. It's the middle of the season as well.
Ryan, you don't have any championships, okay? You can't have an opinion. You have no rings.
I don't.
Just the generic comeback.
Anything I say,
like,
I'm not
literally. Yeah, dude. This guy's got no rings and he's talking ball.
Started watching in 2021.
It's the laziest, lowest common denominator bullshit. It just always is. And it's like, do you guys ever get tired of regurgitating the same crap over and over? And you know what? I can't even blame him. I can't even blame him, because look at the shit that Dave Roberts has said ever since he takes this job. He just says just a mountain of BS comes out of that guy's mouth. Every year he says something stupid. I popped off on it early in this podcast. You remember that? Remember when I broke it down? Remember, we should pull that clip. You know? Yeah. Remember when I broke it down? I was like, remember he said he guaranteed a World Series win the year in 24. Or no, 23. 22? 23?
Yeah.
Guaranteed it before the season started. What an idiot. Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I don't understand.
Let's TP his house.
So, I don't know. It made me think of that. You're talking about Manny, 2,000 hits, and I'm like, milestone game.
Is joining like a class of 300 players, like, is that a milestone? I had to look it up, but like, do you think he even considers it a milestone? Like, I don't even think he like cares that much. Like, I think he's thinking, he's thinking like, I'm gonna try to do this long enough to get to 3. Like, this is just
it's just a blip. It's a cool, like, I got it. All right,
great.
On we go.
It's like, just the classic Manny thing. What does he say after every game? He's like, just playing baseball, just trying to go out there and just play baseball. But it's just true. Like,
and play every game of every season, pretty much.
Like stealing third when you're up by 2 against however many $1 million players you're playing against.
Trevor mentioned, actually, too, just to start pivoting away from Manny, about Suarez opting out. Was that you, Trevor? Suarez opting out? Yeah, I think you mentioned that. He's been under fire a little bit. I know Tom traded him from his fantasy team in spring training after that bad spring outing, so it's kind of coming to fruition. Just want to get your boys' take on the closer role here, Tom. I'll throw it over to you first, Tom, because you're hot and cold with Bobby fastballs. But do you think that he should remain as a closer? What's your thoughts?
Tom has the best takes for Big Game Bob.
He does.
So hot and cold.
He definitely worries me. He's like, every fucking game he scares the shit out of me. Like, last game,
fair.
We could have got walked off very easy, but like, he's been really bad recently. Like, towards the start of the season, he was really good, and there was all this, like, in spring training, I was giving him all this shit about he shouldn't be closing. But I think I'm saying trade him. I really am. It's definitely a hot take. I'm saying trade Robert Suarez.
It's not that hot.
Yeah, I'm saying trade him at the moment. He's got a decent amount of value on him. We got positions that we need more than the closer role. I definitely think we can kind of replace him. We can't get him for a left fielder, get him for a catcher if we really need to. But I'm saying he scares me too much, and that's definitely what I'm saying. Trade him. He's not built for 100% of the big situations. He's built for 80% of them, just not 100. And as a closer, you need to be built for 100 of them.
Hey,
Brian,
Brian, roll this into your answer. I'm just curious, who leads the National League in saves?
It's Big Game Bob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Look, I unfortunately, because I do like him, but I agree with Tom. I actually thought we should have looked maybe even preseason, and then he started super hot. So I was like, yeah, great. Like, ride this to July, maybe we can sell high. Here's the thing. Yeah. I do not think the changeup is good enough to be a truly dominant closer. He does not have just that fucking out pitch like that's like anybody's worried about. Like, guys just like, I'm gonna clock up to 99 and just hope I pick the right spot. Like, because I'm really not that worried about the change. And it shows itself, especially when it's not working. So I don't think you take the role from him, at least not yet. But like Tom said, I do think we have a lot of great options. It's a little bit of a luxury. And there's more
Yeah.
even coming, from the farm. So like I would be I'd be sad, from like a nostalgic personality guy wise, 'cause I do love him. I also think he has one of the best entrances in baseball currently. Uh, but trying to look at it like just solely objectively, like I wouldn't mind if he went or lost the role. He's still good. He's like, let's,
Yeah.
let's not get it twisted,
How
but
is
I just
it?
don't think he's ever going to be like that dominant guy.
I totally agree with you on the changeup thing. My question is, for all the praises we sing for Ruben Niebla, how has he not taught him how to throw a slider yet? Niebla is like the slider guy.
I
Like
thought he was working on a third pitch in the offseason.
He used to throw a slider, but
you're like,
it's not in the
what?
arsenal.
Also, like, how bad could it be? You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like just the presence of a third pitch will make the fastball better. Like, we saw it. We saw it. Was it yesterday? Were they off yesterday? Yeah, yesterday in the game one when they won. Like, that whole ninth inning thing happened, and then Schwarber
Jeez,
comes
yeah.
up. He just beats him. His fastball can beat guys, but like
Yeah.
Brian's saying,
Doesn't throw the
if you're
changeup for
not
strikes.
concerned,
So yeah.
yeah, if you're not concerned about the changeup, pick a spot and just sit fastball, which is not going to be effective, right? Like,
And I think there are some teams that have like really like the Diamondbacks is like they have Bob's number. They have figured him out.
Mhm.
It's like
yeah,
we're just clocking up and like we're gonna run into a few. And
From the get go, his
Yeah.
MLB
like
debut.
think about Trevor. Like, think
Yeah.
about Trevor Hoffman. Like, his changeup was his pitch, right?
Mhm.
But the changeup was only good because he could throw the fastball for a strike. He could throw a fastball 86, 88, like outside corner, right? And like, it's
in the
just
latter years, like that's not like totally do
yeah,
that.
well, right. Like, I'm talking like
Mhm.
towards the end when like everyone kind of knows like secrets out, like we
Sure.
know how you're gonna get him out, but like I think he probably threw like a little cutter or like a little slider maybe too. But it's like just the ability to show that makes your out pitch that much better. And I'm like, Niebla's, he's the uh like the coach. I can't remember what they call it. All those guys out there, those El Centro guys, they all throw this like specific slider type that like apparently I don't know like originated out there like all of like I can't remember what
The
it's
gyro
called, but
slider.
no, it's not that. It's like it's basically I think it's like the sweeper essentially, but it's like that came from like Ruben Niebla and like his whole like kind of clan out there, and like a bunch of dudes that like played with me at Cal State LA came from that area, and he's like everyone that we know throws
Right.
that pitch. Like, and I'm like, Ruben, even if it's bad, just like teach him to throw it like just off the plate, like just so he could show something to some
I think
guys.
it's
And
his
I feel like
elbow,
that would make
bro.
him really.
Remember last year he had elbow issues and then he was only throwing heaters. I feel like he can't
Yeah.
throw a breaking pitch because he has elbow issues.
He stopped
That's
throwing it in
He's like a little league
2023,
pitcher throwing
the slider.
fastballs and changeups.
So yeah,
insane.
yeah, he threw it
The
four and a
And he
half.
can't
needs to be
locate.
better.
So yeah, that's a great comp.
Yeah, that's a really good comp. Just fastballs, baby. That 4.5% of the time slider in 23. He threw it like 0.7%. He like brought it out in 22 probably a few times, and 4.5, and then just hasn't returned supposedly according to a baseball savant. He also used to throw a cutter. Stopped throwing that last
He
year.
threw the cutter a lot, right?
Yeah, it was when he came into the league, it was about 8.5, and then it went down tremendously. It was like 0.5% last year. So that was probably just like came in as a cutter, and he probably wasn't even throwing like have the grip. I mean, he threw the fastball 70.5% of the time last year. So
It feels like a gamble to keep running him out there, even though he's
Yeah.
been effective. I don't know why they can't make the changeup slower. Like it's not off speed enough. Like I
Yeah.
know that sounds funny, but like
throwing at 93.
I'm like, dude,
92,
are you
yeah.
I wish I could get in the so many times I just wish I could be a fly on the wall. Not that I know anything, but like are you messing with grips? Like are you putting the ball deeper in your hand? Because like your changeup being 93 miles per hour, like if you could get that to 88, like and throw it for a strike, you're gonna get a lot of swings and misses. Like his fastball is elite, but as your points, like teams have figured him out, and it's just a kind of a matter of like, are you gonna leak one over the middle or not, and or are you gonna walk the house, right? Like,
Yeah. And to be fair,
frustrating.
he's not an elite locator. I think what makes him so effective is because he doesn't locate. with his fastball. So like if he just like painted all the time, like I don't even think Bobby knows where the fastball's going most of the time, to be honest. Like could be setting up outside and it comes up and in, but he's just like right around the edges. I mean, looking at the heat zone, he throws it down right down the middle. But
it's kind of that's like that new age.
Enormous.
That new age philosophy is like you throw it at the plate. Like you don't try to get to a spot.
Yeah.
You throw it at the plate and let your stuff just do it.
Yeah. So I still have I'm with you guys for sure too on the thinking and whatnot. I personally, for two reasons, think that he should be the closer, not a starter. That would be awful. He'd be a terrible starter. Number one, he's horrible in non-safe situations, to be honest. So give him the reins for the closer role, and he performs better. Number two, we saw this last year. He did get overworked a little bit again at the beginning of the year. I mean, clearly, if say leader in saves, he had like 3 times the amount of saves as Rockies did wins at one point, and he still has 3 more saves than Rockies have wins, which is a whole other issue. But he needs a little bit of a break. Last year, we saw he got found out for one. He got overworked as well. I think if you give him hopefully the offense, especially making a move, can start getting some more runs where he's not needed in a lot of these situations. Maybe even go a little bit hybrid closer for a bit just to give him some extra time off. Then I don't know. He ended the year. We remember it kind of in a sour light because when Bobby goes bad, he goes like bad. Like when he's elite, he's elite. Like he doesn't give up any runs for 20 games, and then he gives up like 10 earned runs in like a third of an inning over 3 outings. And so last year he ended actually really solid in the playoffs, and September he was super money too. So I still want to believe in the guy, and I think he has it. And at this point, I'm definitely willing to stick with him, but I can totally see why you guys are fine moving on. And then too,
the follow-up question is, if it's not him, who do you guys
exactly?
Who do you go to?
Adam or Morihone. Morihone's money.
I was pretty sure what the response was going to be, but yeah, I concur on the Morihone.
I would go Estrada.
It was nails when he had to come in during his suspension. Like
I'd go Estrada.
Yeah. That was
Estrada.
I don't trust Estrada. He still makes me nervous.
I'd go Estrada. He has the chitter with the fastball.
I like Estrada, but it's kind of the same with Morihone. I like that we have flexibility with them to bring him in different spots.
Sure.
Exactly. Yeah. They're very similar, right?
Similar.
Yeah.
Right and left. It's like they're a similar weapon from different sides, and they've just been so great.
And honestly, Schilt would love to have to like actually make that choice in real time as opposed to just to set it and forget it of it all. He'd be
totally.
He'd like the opportunity to play that chess piece.
Yeah. Schilty.
Yeah.
For me, honestly,
I tried to do the thing.
that point is more so why I don't want to move Suarez. It's more about that because I just love having the lefty righty combo with those two, and then Adam in the middle. Like, because think about it, you go hard throwing lefty with the big fastball, and he's got the off speed. Hard throwing righty with the chutter, and then you got Adam, who's just like funky weirdo changeup slider.
Talk about Robin Hood.
Yeah, straight up combo bow, like super weird. I obviously I think there needs to be a change or like adjustments, or you just got to lock it in or whatever. But like how the bullpen sits, it's super nice.
It's fine right now. I think you can't make a move because that would just upset the vibes. The clubhouse, like Bobby is one of the dogs, like everyone gets along with him, so it would just kind of bum everyone out if he got dealt. The bullpen's fantastic. It's the best part of the team right now. We can't change that up. It's like our one strength. I don't want to take away from that and trade away our freaking closer who's leading the league in saves.
I don't think you can actually trade him, but I did think about it in this offseason.
Yeah, no, that was fair too. If it was like, when would you have moved him? I think preseason would have been the time. I think now probably got to hang on to him and just figure it out. But I guess, kind of last thing here too, boys. Obviously we had a little all-star thing. We always run long because we love to dial into our points here. But all-star game, we're excited for it. Manny. That Manny is what I'm really excited for. Speaking of Moorhone, I think he should be an all-star for one. But just in general, we just passed the halfway point. Want to get some expectations for the second half here. I know, again, like it's super contingent on the next few weeks and how the trade deadline does. But Bryan, what do you think a realistic kind of expectation would be here for the last 81, a little less than 81 games here?
Yeah, I'm confident that AJ is going to do something. It might not be as splashy as Acuna, but he's going to add pieces of value, and we'll get one of those wild card spots. Like we knew going in that like the division was probably not, achievable, but that doesn't matter. See 2022. So like Nick always says, just get to the dance and see, and I believe we'll be there. We'll be just fine. It's a little bit of dog days of summer. There's some stuff like that going on, but they'll pick it up, and I think a little bit of an injection of maybe some new blood is coming, and that'll help too. Fully confident we're still going to the postseason.
Yeah,
I love a good
agree.
injection. Speaking of, you see Profar's back?
Is he? Oh, that's right.
Two
Yeah,
home runs
80 games is up.
in 2 games.
Really?
It's still flowing.
You know that piss cup was just waiting for him in his locker after that
Oh yeah.
first homer.
They ramp up
Okay,
testing
bud.
once you pop the first time. It's no longer random. You're on a schedule.
Yeah.
Think about how many dudes have seen Tatis's wiener.
Pause.
Not
like-
enough. I can tell you that.
And he has to take a lot of drug tests. Oh, wait, what?
No.
That one was for Trev.
Trevor, expectations for
cut
the
that,
second
cut that.
half.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Also,
I see
love
that
the
American flag in the back.
For the fourth. Let's go. I think they'll make the playoffs. They're going to be a wild card team. I think they're going to add a couple pieces here, a left fielder, maybe a catcher. I think they're going to be fine. They're going to get hot. Last year they were dog shit too, heading into the All-Star game and got it rolling. So I think more of the same this year. I think they're a good team. Anything could happen. Add an ace, add a left fielder. We're going to go to the World Series, bro. Just like Bryan said.
Yeah, I like it. I think honestly,
Oh,
just add an
yeah.
ace, add a catcher. Go for it, T Daddy.
True. Hey, so what's going on with Don and Mud? Do they hate each other or what? More to less.
Drama.
I can't.
Drama
Look at
in
Brian.
paradise?
Yes.
For this segment, I'm going to have a little prop, just so go ahead, Trev. I just want, just
Do they hate each other? Are they best friends?
Like,
Find out next on the Podfathers.
what?
It's like Love Island, but it's like Love Broadcast Booth.
Bryan, how does it make that bobblehead make it look like they somehow took more of Mud's hair and put it on to Don's?
yeah. It's almost like a mini fro, honestly.
Don was like, when you make this thing, he wanted,
I better have
Donnie
hair.
had
That's the
some,
gripe.
yeah, he had some creative
That's
control.
where it started. I have heard that a lot of times, like unless it's like a premier player or something, that they will recycle old heads and faces and then just try to make small adjustments. So I always take a look
That's
and be like,
hilarious.
this isn't quite you. So who did they pull?
Bro, that's
Did you-
that's good intel right there.
Yeah.
That's
Did
some
you hear
inside
about?
scoop.
Yeah, did you hear about the Arise bobbleheads?
That might be a Keith Hernandez from like way back in the day. They just had an extra.
Did you hear
No.
about when we got Arise? They had a bobblehead day for him lined up in Miami, and they sent the blanks over to us to paint
There you
in
go.
Padres colors.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a little bit different than I think what Bryan say, but it's just like they're like, no,
Is
we're
that
not
the one from this
wasting
year?
these. Last year.
Huh.
Was
It's
there,
the
like-
one where he's in the city connect.
Yeah, it's this year.
He's hitting like there's like a wave that's like a T and it has a baseball on it. And I'm just like, oh, that was like kind of random that they included water
Maybe.
on this.
I
But for the
kind of
Marlins.
recall looking at it and being like, that's like, you could see like that's a little weird, like something, it wasn't
Yeah.
direct, but
Yeah, I'm seeing a little.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
There, Bryan.
Getting back to it, dude. I hope these little rumors that are swirling are not true. I mean, the Padres came out and said something, but like, why?
Bro, they hate each other.
No
You
way.
think
Okay,
so?
so before you came on, I was saying this. Like, if they really hate each other and still can like present that level of like friendship and camaraderie and just like vibe and chemistry, they're so much better at their jobs than I thought they were.
I
Like,
don't think they like fully hate each other, but I don't think they love each other. Like they're not vibing, is what I
They
heard
kind of
from
have
someone that
that. They
knows.
kind of have that shtick that like they sort of razz each other. Like sometimes, like Don will kind of say something to Mud to where it's like almost sounds like a
Borderline
dig.
offensive.
Like
Yeah.
you like just a
yeah,
little
there's
bit
been a few of those,
pushes
but
it.
like
He
they let it
pushes it.
roll off
There's
of
a
them. Like
lot
you,
of
you
those.
Yeah,
don't even, you don't ever
exactly.
see them
It
like
off, though.
take offense to it or like get like prickly.
Yeah,
Well,
where
you can't
yeah,
be
Mud's
weird
just
when
like,
you're live.
But there's
Yeah,
And
you
some,
gotta
I
just roll with
but
it.
there's some teams that like do like, oh, he said something that his partner did not appreciate. Like you can tell
yeah.
a little
You can,
bit.
yeah,
Like they
you can
try
hear
to
it.
be
don't hear
professionals
from him for
about it, but
5
like
minutes.
I
Yeah.
don't see any
That's
of
the
that
thing,
with
though,
those
is
guys.
yeah, I also feel like it was the same with Matty V. Like I felt like Matty V kind of gave Mud that like sort of thing too, because it
Mud's an
seems like
easy
Mud
target.
is and he like I feel
He
like
knows what
he
he
likes
is.
it,
Like he
right?
exactly like he knows that he could be a little bit of a punching bag and he can give it to sometimes, but like
Yeah,
that's sort of like the personality that he's cultivated and like yeah, just leans
right.
into it. So
Yeah, like he's the comedic relief. Like so be it. Everyone fucking loves me. Like what are they gonna like fire me because of what? Like I don't even know. Like I think that's such a great point, Brian. Like if they don't like each other and this is what they roll out every broadcast that they do together, like they are laughing like belly laughs sometimes.
Mhm.
And like
Yeah.
if that's just bullshit, wow.
It
Maybe.
could just be a
Wow.
contract thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
it's so Trev, do you think this is why like it seems they haven't like been on like as frequent of a schedule together? Because it
That's what
seems
I'm
like
thinking, bro. Like they haven't been together much at all this season, bro.
They
Like
really
it's
haven't, to be
always
fair.
Jesse
Yeah.
Agler or Tony Gwynn.
or Junior,
It's
yeah.
been very rare.
I mean,
And
I
then
know
Don
Don
will
gets a
be at
lot of national
TBS. Yeah.
broadcasts, but I feel like Don like Mud has missed way more
No,
than
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it
Mud's
is.
on the
And
I
when,
radio
mean,
though, isn't he? He's not on the radio
yeah,
every
he
night.
is. Yeah.
yeah, but why
And
would
Yeah,
he
that's
I
just
been
haven't
weird.
heard he's
voluntarily go on the radio?
well, the
Maybe
Padres
Mud
came
wants
out.
to.
They were quoted. They said something like, "Oh, we're just trying to like mix them up and give them different mediums."
Why
But
would they
like,
do that?
no, I mean, I think that's bullshit too. But
What
the
I
other thing
think
is
is
like,
that
what are
Mud
they
wants a
supposed
new
to
deal.
say? Mm.
Mud does.
New deal.
That's what I think. I mean, Don just got a new one, so
Mhm.
maybe Mud's like kind of pissed about how he's being treated.
I mean, another way to look at this too, though, is like, what if radio kind of like figures and stats and listeners was not doing so well with Tony and Jesse, and they want to keep them both? Like, if you throw Mud on the radio, like theoretically, you're gonna get more guys
Bill,
on
no one's
there.
listening. No one cares about radio.
I listen
Just
to radio, bro.
podcasts.
That's why we started the YouTube about a month and a half ago. But it's been a few
I mean,
months.
dude, they have the
Yeah.
whole like "say it, Donnie" bit. Like, I feel like
They're
they
great
enjoyed
together.
that.
We miss it. That's why we're complaining. They're so
So
good
it's just
together.
sad. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm trying to like theorize like if they didn't like each other, like where is
They're
it?
just
Like
like
where's it coming
brothers,
from?
bro.
And
They're just around each other too
yeah,
much.
you're
Like that's what I think it
Yeah.
is. They're just
I
like
can
a
see
little
that.
annoyed
A
at
little
each
break.
other. And yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I did legitimately hear that they're not best friends. They
They're
kind of
not.
do
Yeah,
get
they're not butt buddies. They're not fishing together. Like
yeah.
I mean,
He's
know,
never over there for
the
his
mini
dinners
yacht.
at Donatello's.
Yeah. The mini yacht would sink
a
if the
reason.
both of them were in the mini yacht. So it did not
I
stay
mean,
afloat.
Mud also lives in like East County though, so that's it's just
Alpine,
the
yeah.
commute. Like you could just chalk it up to
Yeah.
that. This is too far to
Bro,
He's an
I
Alpine
would
guy,
be
right?
over at Donatello's no matter where I live.
Yeah, I hope it's nothing serious because like
Yeah.
they're electric together. I mean, they're up there with
Best in the biz, man.
not to do like too much Giants
Nets and
loving, but
Giants,
like
yeah.
Kruk and Kipe are amazing. They've been great like my whole life. I mean,
Yeah.
anytime you run into a Giants broadcast, it's like you don't even have to like them to just kind of respect. Like, yeah, they have a chemistry.
That's when you know
they
they're
have
good,
a way
too.
of calling the games.
Yeah.
Like you recognize it and you just know it. And same thing, like you said with the Mets. I don't even like what is it? Ron Darling? Is that who it is?
Maybe no. I'd have to look that up.
It's the Mets
I-
guy. It's the Mets
Yeah.
Sounds
guy. Like,
familiar.
he look that up for
Watch
me
it,
real quick.
Nick.
Googling.
He's got a way of talking that like sometimes will irritate me, where like I can
Mhm.
I can feel him
The one
like
that's on
putting his
MLB
own.
Network, that one, Nick?
He's been on MLB Network for sure.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I think he's a Latino guy. I want to
Mhm.
say it's Ron Darling. I think that's his name.
Ron Darling's
Anyway, but
on that team, yeah.
yeah, like he's got a way of like putting his own little narrative into the broadcast of like what he thinks that like will kind of it'll like irritate me a little bit, but at the same time I'm like I appreciate that. Like I appreciate that like you're like a subtle homer for your own team, subtle.
Mhm.
Just like Mud. Mud coming out and talking about the Manny Machado thing. What is he supposed to say? It's a fan vote.
Maybe
It's
that's
a
why he
fan-
hasn't been around. He got in trouble.
Took some heat. Well, you know
For
what? He was
saying that,
fucking
yeah.
right. He was
He
right.
did. You know what? I was listening to the radio
That's
yesterday.
a good call.
That's a great call because
Especially for how much the league is just glazing the Dodgers all the time. They're like, you can't talk bad.
You
Yeah.
can't say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be neutral.
We're trying to
That's a
make it
really good call
America's
because
team.
yesterday when I was listening to the game on the radio because I love the radio. No, I was driving. Driving up to San Marcos from Rancho Bernardo. The traffic's terrible in North County, aka Canada, that people call it. But I had it on the radio, and Mud was on the radio, and he brought it up about Jesse made a little snarky point like, "Oh, but you're probably stoked after your whatever you said," and Mud kind of paused, and he was like, sometimes I just say it how it is, and I wear my emotions on my sleeve. And this no slight to Max Muncy. He's a great player, but Manny's the better third baseman. And the way that it's almost like he had to check himself as he was speaking. So that's a good point too. He might have been just got a little suspension on the air there because Tony Gwynn Jr. I mean, for me,
and you know what? MLB does run the Padres.
they do.
They run their video.
They
thing.
do.
Their broadcast.
Yep.
Mm.
Tony Gwynn Jr. is not going to say too much. He's not going to rock the boat.
I didn't even.
That's what
think
my
about
buddy
that.
said today. Literally, he was like, Tony will never rock the boat. He's just going to do what he does, do whatever it takes to keep things neutral, and he'll be getting paid by the Padres for the rest of his life. He's never going to rock
Sometimes
the boat.
I feel bad for Tony because like you can tell, obviously he played in the bigs, right? So he can walk the walk. Like even if he wasn't nearly as good as his dad or like even like comparable players,
Top
like, he was a
1%.
damn good baseball player, right? But like I feel like sometimes he gets caught up trying to sound like a good broadcaster. Like he'll try to use the isms or like the phrases that like you'll hear.
Just aren't him.
And and like he'll kind of trip over his words a little bit because it's kind of unnatural. That's where I think Mud shines. He doesn't really try to do that. Like he just talks. He just
I would
says
love
his
if
opinion.
Tony would just say, like, start going back in the past and saying this, like, tell a story or tell an experience, or like he's played with like the greats.
Yeah,
man.
like I think
that would be awesome.
Yeah, like he's dipping into the professionalism, which I can appreciate. This is his job now, and I'm sure he's not relying on that income like it's the end of the world for him because he played Major League Baseball for X amount of years. But like it's almost like I kind of wish he did the Mudge style a little bit. Just like a little bit more of like, yeah, man, I was a player. Like I'm up here, I'm doing this now, but like when I was on the field, like blah 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 blah. Like, instead of like, like, oh, it's the play-by-play guy just finished the call. Now I jump in and say a little bit of analysis. Like just let it flow.
Related to my dad. He always
the
relates
voices
everything to
are
his
pretty
dad.
crazy though. I mean, dude, I would.
That's the one
Kidding me?
cool
Totally
thing.
would.
I can never talk crap on like anything on the Tony Gwynn tree. I mean, even if he's not from Robin Hood tree, like that's still like it's close enough. So no,
It's just
let's
another
crazy
reason
'cause
why
you
we need
look
our
just like
own
him.
like distribution deal and our own distributor outside of like
100%.
MLB, like Lord, you know what I mean?
yeah, the Rob
The
Manfred
money and
claw.
just a little bit more autonomy. You know what I mean? Just not be under the umbrella.
Wow. Dude, they would not announce that too if like he got
No.
suspended. So is it possible to know when he was last on a broadcast? Was it that game?
No, it was he finished up the Phillies series. No, he didn't because he was listening to the Phillies. Did he start on the Phillies? No.
Damn,
He
did
stopped
he stop
on the Phillies.
mid-series?
No, I don't think so. I think that's why I was so surprised he was on the Phillies series because they were, who did we play right before? The Reds. he was like, I hate Skyline chili. It sucks. I never eat it again. And I'm so excited I'm saving up all my calories for Philly cheesesteaks. So I thought he would have had like a segment at least or something on the, so.
Well, he still got games while he was appealing his suspension. You know what I mean? Like that's just standard. Yeah. So.
Well, I feel like it takes a day or two for them to suspend someone.
Yeah, they have to because they have to show all the red tape. Yeah.
They have to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
crazy.
because they show like that it was you actually were worthy of a suspension.
He made the road trip too, and then for him to not do the Philly series, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, that's weird. But
he was on the radio, right?
He was on the radio. Yeah, because exactly. When I was listening yesterday, that was Phillies, and yep, he was on the radio.
That's governed by 97.3. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking maybe it is the TV thing. Which, dude, that's weak sauce. If that ever comes out, like,
it's Rob Manfred, dude. What do you expect? Honestly, like, MLB is not a sponsor of us. I'll never cave to this because I'm paying for my.
Bro, if they can cover up Otani Gate, they can do whatever they want.
True.
We could do an entire side pod on that. I would never.
We could. Up. Yeah.
I'm still not over it, by the way.
Is Tom alive?
I was just about to say we should probably wrap up so Tom go to bed.
Yeah, Tom, is this a late night for you or an early morning?
Genuinely have no idea.
Bro, it's a late night. I got work in like 9 hours. So.
You get 6, you're fine.
Yeah.
I got work in 9 hours is a crazy statement.
I'm on the way. I'm on the way gone, but I'm still holding up. I'm loving this conversation.
That's right.
Is that girl you've been hiding behind the camera? Is she getting bored yet?
Oh yeah, no, she's
Is there a girl over? Can you pan to her?
Yeah. No, I can't do that. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And then
hey, we're on YouTube, bro. We got the YouTube.
She's suspended.
Wait, this is real. This is a bit.
This is a bit.
But
I wouldn't be shocked.
Are we sure it's a bit?
Come on, Trev. That's a bad question. That's a clown
1 to 10.
question.
Is she a 9?
You just pulled it. You just pulled the Michael Scott. Is she hot?
You hot?
Well, she's.
I'm just trying to hype my boy up. You know, of course she's hot.
I'd be in the shits right now if there was someone. It's fucking 5 in the morning. I'm surprised my dad doesn't come in. I'm Like, no, I'm just waiting for one of my parents to come in.
Just Tom, just tell him if there's any issues, like I'll arrange a meet and greet with Razor, and it'll all be good.
That sounds like a great idea.
So, all right, lads, let's get wrapped up here. Bryan, really appreciate you popping on and spending all this time with us. Been awesome having you.
Thanks for having me. I love it.
Bryan, love you, bro.
Love you guys too.
You have awesome hair, bro.
Dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, rock that shit. It's beautiful.
Break it out more. Yeah.
No need.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
dude.
like 3 countries away from Turkey. No need.
No, I could probably run my own transplants. I'll give any of you guys some of mine that need it. Nick, you know.
Hey, take it easy. This is by choice. All right. I don't bald. I just get grays. I have grays. I have more grays than you do. You have the beard grays, but I have more grays on top. You got great hair, but it's there.
Yeah,
it is there. It's intentional.
I know.
We know. Sure.
Whatever. Hey, you know what? Don't do that.
Just kidding. You're very handsome.
Is that red light regenerative helmet sort of thing?
It sure is, baby. I restore. Throw it on.
Oh my god.
What is that?
Been doing it for like 4 years.
You're so brave for sharing that with us. Thank you.
This is a hot take.
Open.
This is a hot take. I guarantee I've got a worse hairline than all of you. Even you, Ryan. No offense.
What?
But I guarantee it. I'm not showing it because this is fucking ammo for the Dodgers, like Dodger fans on Twitter. But I guarantee it. We'll go on after we stop recording. I guarantee it. I've got a worse one than you got, bro. Turkey has been inbound.
Tom, let's go together, baby. I'm so down.
Wait, what? Hey, Ryan, what is that?
It's exactly what Bryan to a T. It's a regenerative red light like helmet shit. Like,
what does that make you do? Grow your hair?
It helps stimulate the follicles, baby.
Where'd you get it from?
Wow.
Send me the link.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, no, it's all. I've been actually. My brother's 25, completely bald, and not by choice. Middle brother, sorry boys, they listen to the pod. Middle brother, he's still got hair. Yeah. So
you get a demo for us? Were you turning it on? What's happening?
Dude,
I think next pod you just do the whole thing.
I know you guys are gonna take a photo
with your helmet on.
This will be the YouTube cover, and it'll be what was it? Lifetime
this
of
is gonna
Coke.
go
Baby.
viral.
I'll get one of the
can't hear you,
face
boys, so
ones,
talk as much
the
shit as you
mask
want.
that's just for
Ready?
your face. I'll rock that.
Ready?
That is
You look like you look like a rebel pilot from Star Wars.
Look like
Dude.
you're about to take an AB.
Yeah,
name drop the company. There's sponsor potential there.
I restore, baby.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Not out
we
of
need
business.
We need a DM.
Holler at us.
Have shampoo, conditioner, fire. I'm taking Nutrafol too.
All right, was this your idea or was this your girl's idea?
Oh, my 100%. I used to have a comb that was red, but my arm would get tired, so I'm like, dude, I need like a freaking hat.
Does it work?
I mean, I'm not bald yet, so like the gene pool
bald.
wasn't looking good. Everyone's like, "Oh, don't worry," because my dad's, he looks like the Friar Tuck Padres mascot. But so they're like,
Your
"Don't
dad
worry,
looks
dude."
like Friar Tuck, who's also related to Robin Hood. This is great.
It was from his side of the tree too, so there you go.
It's all connected.
But everyone's like, "Don't worry, it's from your mom's side." I'm like, "That's even worse. My grandpa was bald and he was 21, and unfortunately, my youngest brother got the exact same." So,
You know what I don't understand? They say that baldness comes from the mother's line,
Exactly.
but like, how many bald women are there? Like, I don't understand that math. Like, like how does that, what does that mean? Like the men in your mom's family, but like they carry the gene, but
dad.
not themselves.
Your mom's dad, yeah. T-Daddy being Polish, no problem.
That's weird. And it's his dad's mom, and it just like skips a generation and a gender. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
that's for another pod, Nick.
It's like ties in soccer. It's just built into the fabric.
Well, I can't look at my 23andMe because apparently they're gonna steal my secrets or something.
Yeah.
Right, Ryan?
Yeah. Actually, no. Look at it. Delete everything, and then you're good.
Tom pulled the hat off. I'm trying to take a closer look.
I'm hiding. I'm hiding it. I'm hiding it.
You come forward. You come forward.
You gotta wait. Yeah. I'm hiding it. I'm hiding
I got 23 minutes left, boys. So
you look great, Tom. Still a little come
right?
forward.
Fantastic. See, this is a perfect way to end the pod.
All right, yeah, we got to end because I really want to see this.
We got to shout out Rogaine.
Rogaine, the new Rogaine, apparently back in the day, not good for the Alzheimer's. So that's why I'm doing the all natural here. But shout out Rogaine, new Rogaine, good. You should probably use that. Hashtag not a sponsor.
Rogaine.
We're just only gonna have hair supplement sponsors. That's it. And Bryan will be the face. It'll be like
your hair
Bryan.
Yeah, I'll be
turn
the
into
after.
Bryan.
I'll be the after.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get Don on and they'll send him a unit.
Maybe Mudley too.
We can go Hims too. Hims does hair stuff.
Hims, yeah. We were almost sponsored by Manscaped until OG Buddy left. So that's the opposite. Well,
we need a sponsor.
Just male improvement products, all of them.
Yeah.
Blue Chew, Hims, Manscaped.
Hims.
We're all about getting better.
I've had this on for like 4 minutes now. I'm committed.
We're all
to the bit,
about being long and strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it. All right, boys. Well, thank you. I think it's a good point to end here. Oh, shout out real quick. UCSB Gaucho. Damn it, I just had it up. You know who you are. UCSB Gaucho, SD Padres. He has the best comebacks out of anyone on like random posts where he'll just pull up. Yeah. He's like a receipt master.
Yeah,
he's got the Tony.
Yeah.
Tony is the Avi. Ah, damn it.
He goes crazy. I know
what I'm gonna find this guy.
Gaucho.
Oh, there we go. UCSB Gaucho. It's literally UCSB Gaucho. There you go. Perfect. CG. So shout out for the episode. He's a baller. You guys are ballers. Appreciate you hanging on here for 2 hours, boys. Tom, you're a legend per usual. 6 a.m. pretty much. It is 6 a.m. now. 6:09. What time to finish? 5. That's right. When they have this on, you can't think straight. Thank you very much for listening to the episode. The Podfathers will be back here soon. Peace.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Podfathers, a Slam Diego Padres podcast. The Podfathers is produced by Los and Walls and is executively produced by Jacob Lamb.
Our theme song is A Bubba by Trylock. To get in touch with the show, follow us on Twitter at Podfathers619. That is at PADFATHERS619, or email us at podfathers@gmail.com. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other major audio platforms.
Go Pods.